Hi, this is Danny Che, miles higher than the rest. You know, we the best. 303-41510. You know what it is. How's it going? I love technology. My topic for right now is going to be what I was talking about originally is I don't want my grandkids or my kids, little kids, to learn about gay sex. You know, to learn, to have transgender people, reading them bedtime stories or whatever. I just don't think it's right. And the reason is because let me start from the beginning. The reason is because the way everything started is the first intelligent being, that the first self-aware being manipulated the molecules and the atoms and everything around him or her, it. We get caught up in semantics, so let's not do that. And what they do, and what the Great Spirit did, is manipulated all them atoms and molecules around him and started creating. The Great Spirit's science and technology is perfect. We were meant to be immortal creatures. We were meant to learn how to manipulate things, telekinesis, telekinetics, telepathy. We were supposed to be able to do that and all of those things naturally. The Great Spirit wanted us to evolve naturally because the brain is the perfect quantum computer, techno organic. It's organic, but it's better than a machine. But we've let people that have wanted control and power over other people dull our senses down, dull our growth down, and genetically manipulate us, you know, for a predestined time and place that we're going to die from poison. And what does that sound like to you? From poisons in the water, from pollution, from chemicals. It slowed our natural evolution up because the Great Spirit science, the Great Spirit science was perfect. Is perfect. Everything complements each other. The bees, the birds, the butterflies, the lions, the tigers, the bears. Oh my. It all complements each other. It's all the balance of perfect nature. You could call nature the perfect science. And when we go against science, the perfect science, the Great Spirit's perfect science, that's corruption. That's reverse engineering everything God created. Everything the Great Spirit created is perfect. But us, we're trying to go and think we're better and we can do it a better way. We can, create worlds and things like that. We have that science and technology. We would have been able to do that if we would have just evolved naturally, the way the Great Spirit wanted us to. We were supposed to evolve naturally in his petri dish. I don't think the earth is flat. It's not. I'm sorry. Those are just some really left wing, extreme awake people. You know, those are the people that you want to call conspiracy theory because they conspire to make everybody else believe some bullshit that's really not true. Okay, but besides the point, let's get back on track. That's why I don't want my grandkids to learn transhumanism. God's science was perfect. I want them to know the Great Spirit's perfect science. The way without bees, we wouldn't be able to pollinate other plants and stuff. We wouldn't have food, you know. So then they'd have to make little machines that did it, little nano bees to do that. We were the perfect machine, so advanced, so perfect, but our arrogance and ignorance reversed engineered everything, and now we're in a transhumanism type of thing, machine and humans. When we were the perfect machine, the Great Spirit created the perfect machine, the perfect quantum computer. That's what the brain is. But through corruption and pollution, and through people thinking they know what's best for the populace, they poison in the water, to dull our senses down, to make us like mindless zombies in their system so they can have control. They can think that they're greater than God. Who's the opposite of God? The evil. Evil is opposite of good. Good is creation. destruction is death and destruction. God creates, he doesn't destroy, you know. He creates and builds things, creates beautiful things. We need to stop blaming our problems on the Great Spirit. He created, his science was perfect. That's why I don't want my grandson looking, well, that's supposed to be a boy, because that's nature, that's normal. A boy is a boy. He has a penis. A boy has balls. You know, it may not feel like or be a boy on the inside, but it is a boy on the outside. It's natural, it's nature. Our science, our technology has destroyed and corrupted people, not knowing what they are, boys or girls, you know. But if you're born that gender, you are that gender until you're old enough to make the decision not to be. So I don't want my 3-year-old grandson, you know, confused about why is this boy dressed like a girl and confused. He shouldn't be having to answer or ask himself those questions at that age. He should worry about being happy and smiling and playing with a puppy. They're innocent and pure, and evil wants to destroy and take that away. You know, we've reversed engineered God's perfect creation, and that's wrong. You know, I'm just digging the technology. You know, you can do different things. I can put different things up on my screen. You know, I dig it. But God's perfect creation, you know, we're going against the grain, and we're destroying a beautiful planet through pollution, through corruption, through greed. We're really not doing nothing about it. You got all these protesters out there, you know, with a whole bunch of little points of views and getting caught up in semantics. And how the fuck you gonna be anarchist with love? You want to destroy with love? That sounds like some Luciferian, um, um, Shiva type political, controlled controversy type bullshit. Because you know the government puts out those political, those protesters. Those are pretty political. Um, they're a controlled controversy, which means the government controls them and they have them do that so it can, you know, so they can oppose a real topic and cause drama, violence, you know, anything to say that people can't control themselves anymore so they can take control. So they can pretty much implement martial law. But first, what you'll see is you'll see financial martial law. We've totally seen the points I'm making is we're totally reverse engineering everything we've done. We started off as creators, but we slowly lost that. You know, now we're destroyers, thinking if we destroy something, that we'll be able to rebuild it better. You know, why just keep creating? Just don't destroy it. Keep creating. You know, keep creating growth. Create growth. Create growth. You know, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, and we work together, populate other places, other planets, things of that nature. But I refuse to go against God's perfect science. His science is perfect. The earth will fight back. People eventually fight back. You wonder why you're depressed and you're sick? Is because your soul and your spirit is in a system that it's not meant to be in. It's not meant to be in the system. It's not meant to be controlled. It's not meant to be forced into forced slavery. This is a system that we're not built for. We're not created for. Our bodies weren't created for this. Our souls weren't created for this. You know, we've dumbed down so much and rely on machines and metal instead of the best quantum computer you have is your brain. It's a shame that this is the way we live nowadays and the system that we've adapted to. And people are so blinded, their biggest thing when they wake up is looking cute for somebody at work. And that's a shame, you know, and hurting people and destroying lives, kidnapping children, raping children, doing things of that nature. I don't want my grandkids and people to learn about that. I want them to learn about life and about beauty and about creation, about the great spirit's perfect science. He created this world, he created us, and it was perfect. It's a perfect science. And it's a shame that nowadays that we go against that, we go against the grain. You know, we're destroying all the trees, letting the forest burn, letting the rainforest burn. You know, what are we gonna breathe? You know, you have all these rich people think they're gonna just live underground, and it's gonna happen like it did before. When how the Earth starts, there's more advanced civilizations. They did the same thing that's gonna happen now. The elite and the people with the technology and the money, they're gonna go underground and hide. After the world destroys itself, then they'll come back out and start over again and claim control and power and society and start their own system. And it's happened over and over and over again on this earth, but we still haven't gotten it right yet. Get it right. Stop destroying us and let's get it right so we can all prosper and benefit and live beautiful, eternal lives. The soul of Danny Che, you know what it is. Miles higher than the rest, you know we're the best. 303 41510, you know what it is. It's just my opinion, you know. It's just an opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them. Some are just stinkier than others. But the truth is going to come out. The truth is already coming out. People are just too blind to see it. Or they don't want to see it because they're happy in their system. You know, that's why they like to make reference to the Matrix a lot, because that's what it is. You're in a system created by bankers, by the, I don't like to call them elite because they're not elite, by the power hungry greed mongers that are out there. They've created this system so you could work and benefit them, consume, buy their products, their worthless products, give them the money. You know, utilize what they provide as tools so you can elevate your mind. This is Danny Che, just an opinion. I'm gonna always keep it real. I'm always keep it 100. Tell you how it is. You know what it is. Danny Che, miles higher than the rest. You know we're the best. 303 41510. You know what it is. It's true.